Welcome to Spooky Stories. I have a very special surprise for you listeners. I got a goo-dog. Come here, boy.
Ruff, ruff.
Up. I got a little lonely in the cemetery, so I thought it'd be a good idea to get a goo-dog. Wow, what a licker. Oh my goosh. He's licking all over my face. Oh, so wet. Ooh, now he's licking my ear hole. And now my eyeballs. Over to my goo flaps. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. Let's get to the spooky stories. The first story's called The Essential Oil Die-ffuser. Ha ha ha!
A spider. Amy jumped out of her seat as the brown spider crawled over the pages of her chemistry textbook. She ran to the hallway closet, grabbed the insecticide, and raced back to the living room to exterminate the spider. "Wait, don't spray that in the apartment. It's got toxic chemicals," said Amy's roommate, Rebecca. "Go brush your teeth, Becca. I could smell your breath from here." Becca walked back to her room. Amy shook the spider off the book. It landed on the floor and quickly crawled for shelter. Not so fast. Amy sprayed the spider, soaking it with the insecticide. It began to twitch on the ground. Amy went to the kitchen, grabbed a handful of paper towels, and returned to the living room to clean up the mess. But to her dismay, the spider was gone. Shoot. Well, it probably just crawled into a dark corner to die or something. When Amy was gone getting the paper towels, the spider, in a last desperate attempt to survive, scrambled to the closest dark, safe place it could find. That safe place happened to be a nearby essential oil diffuser. Plop went the spider into the pool of lavender oil. Amy returned to her textbook and got back to studying for her exam tomorrow. This is so boring. I think I'll just copy from Jenny again. Time for bed. Amy got ready for bed. She skipped brushing her teeth because she was too lazy. Then she went and grabbed the essential oil diffuser that she uses every night to help her sleep, turned on the diffuser, tucked herself into bed, and fell fast asleep. Meanwhile, the essential oil diffuser with the chemical-soaked spider began to bubble, bubble, bubble. As the night continued, the chemicals continued to mix, and the diffuser made more bubbling noises as the lavender and spider chemical concoction spewed from the diffuser into the air that Amy was breathing. Amy woke up in the middle of the night. Through all the sounds of bubbles, she could have sworn she heard the diffuser speak.
Breathe deep. Breathe deep. Breathe deep.
She was worried for a moment, but then realized her mind was probably playing tricks on her and fell back asleep. The fumes from the diffuser made their way to Amy's nostrils as she sucked in the chemicals up into her brain, where changes began to take place. The next morning, Amy woke up with the worst migraine she'd ever had. She thought to herself, "Why does my head hurt so much?" She reached up to touch her head, but instead of feeling her hand on her head, there was a big hairy leg touching her head. She opened her eyes and saw a giant spider leg touching her head. Then she looked down at her body and saw that she turned into a big brown spider. She began twitching and convulsing in her bed, trying to cry and scream, but no sounds came out. She couldn't take it anymore. She felt like she was suffocating, so she shot out of bed and stumbled down the apartment hallway. It felt like her vision was changing. It became blurry. She realized suddenly that she was not seeing with 2 eyes, but with 8. She didn't know where she was going, but she knew she needed to get out of there. She needed to go to someplace dark, someplace safe. She exited the apartment. The sun blinded her, and she felt a great warmth wash over her. So hot! She scrambled her way to the center of the apartment complex, towards the swimming pool. She got to the pool, crawled under the pool cover, and dove in. The ice-cold water felt great for a brief moment, until she realized she was sinking and couldn't swim. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't swim and stay afloat. She continued to sink, down, 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 towards the bottom of the pool, until everything went black. A couple days later, the residents of the complex started to notice a terrible stench in the air. The maintenance workers searched high and low, but couldn't find the source of the smell. Finally, he noticed the smell got worse towards the swimming pool. So he pulled back the pool cover and found Amy's floating, rotting corpse.
Oh my goosh. What'd you think of the story? It was pretty crazy, right? When the guy, shucks. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the story. This goo-dog's licks are insane. He won't let up. Kinda wish he would. It's starting to get a little bit much. Anyway, this next story's called Devil's Slide. Yeah.
Well, here it is. The last place on my list left to visit. A park I used to go to when I was a kid. I'm not really a superstitious person, but part of me worries that once I finish my list, well, that might be the end. I guess that's why I'm so hesitant to get out of this car. Part of me would rather continue sitting here, clenching the steering wheel, but I know I have to do this and face my fears. Once I got the news that I only had a few more weeks left to live, I realized there were some places I wanted to revisit from my childhood. There was something in particular about this park that always stuck with me, even into adulthood. I've had this vague memory of something that happened at this park when I was a child, and I fear it might have been something bad, but I don't know for sure. There's got to be some kind of significance to this place. Maybe visiting again will help jog my memory. As I walked towards the park, my hands began to fidget, despite the area being completely calm. I noticed a plaque on a rock. It read, "This park stands in memory to those we've lost." There was a name below, Nathan Seeger. Something about that name seems familiar. It looks like they've renovated the park since the last time I was here, years ago, but it's hard to remember. What's that sound? Is that in my head? Nothing's jogging my memory. Maybe my memory's deceiving me. Maybe I should just go. That glare on the slide is blinding me. I want to look away, yet something feels like it's pulling me towards it. Maybe this has something to do with the slide. I better go investigate.
Where is he?
What did you do with my son?
I didn't do anything. We were just racing down the slide, and
He disappeared.
It's all coming back to me. When I was a little boy, I was playing with this kid I met at the park. Everything was fine until we went down the slide.
Now listen, son, I want you to think real hard now. Are you sure you didn't see anyone take your friend?
No, officer. We were racing down the slide, and then...
And then, he was gone. I climbed the stairs and approached the slide. It was all coming back to me. I sat down at the top of the slide. I felt a cold hand push into my back, pushing me down the slide. It all happened so fast, and yet the descent down seemed to take ages. Halfway down, I noticed a change to the world around me. The air was warm and thick. The sounds were dense and slightly muffled. I reached the end of the slide and landed on the ground. Something broke my fall. A toy car. A rush of pain surged through my entire backside. My eyes felt heavy. Maybe I'll close them, just for a little while.
He won't stop licking. So are you afraid of slides yet? Regular slides are okay, but goo slides are the best. Depending on the type of goo, they either make you go really fast or really slow. Goo slides are really fun. You should try one sometime. Anyway, let's get back to the story.
I woke up confused, and then I remembered what happened. I got to my feet and leaned against the rock that I'd seen earlier with the plaque on it. Didn't this plaque just have one name before? Nathan something. Now there's two names, but both names are faded and illegible. Why does this place feel off? Ugh, my head hurts. I must have banged it on the way down the slide. Reaching back, I feel the warmth and sting from a wound at the base of my head. It hurts like hell. I heard a noise and saw a man standing in the distance.
Another one?
Hello? I think I might need a doctor.
I'm not who you think I am.
What? Hello? I look towards the sound and see the toy car that broke my fall at the base of the slide. I turn back around, and the man is gone. Where did he go? I walk over and pick up the blue broken toy car.
My car.
It's you, Nathan, right? Do you remember me? We were playing on the slide when we were kids, and you disappeared. How did you not age? Do you remember me? What's wrong? Are you okay? Is this your car? Here you go. You're still sad. What's wrong?
I'm lost and scared.
Do you know what's happening here? Where we are?
No. There's other people around, but I don't know them.
I looked around, trying to think of what to do. I looked towards the slide and noticed a faint glowing light at the bottom of the slide. I wonder if that's the way to get out of here. It's worth a shot. Hey, I have an idea. I think it'll cheer you up. Follow me. We walked to the top of the slide, and I motioned for him to sit down. I got ready to go right behind him. All right, we're gonna go down the slide. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wait. I'm not who you think I am.
I'm sorry? Nathan started to laugh, but it wasn't a happy laugh. Something was off. His head began to turn slowly towards me. Just when it seemed like it would stop, it continued to turn towards me, a whole 180 degrees, as his body remained facing forward. Nathan's eyes rolled up into his head, displaying only the whites of his eyes. He was still holding the same car, but the color of the car was now red instead of blue. I reached for Nathan, but before I could stop him, he slid himself down the slide and into the light at the bottom of the slide, vanishing completely. The light's gone now. It looks like I'm stuck here, whatever this place is. What have I done?
I'm afraid I have some bad news. I had to put down my goo-dog. I had to put him down. Down on the ground because the little cutie won't stop licking me. Come up here, my boy. Give me some more licks. Well, thank you for licking. Listening. And we'll see you next time, my fellow ghouls.